Говорит Москва.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is WolfyNotCool, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching this series. I would like to request your help with the subscriptions. If you guys want to click that subscribe button, that actually would help and indicate that you guys enjoy these videos. So if you haven't already, just maybe click that subscribe button. Back to the story though. We're currently waiting for our injuries to heal. So the first injury that we have is actually our fractured ribs. That's going to take 11 days for us to heal. So I'm going to fast forward through all this. I'm not going to record it. 11 days of me trying to heal up is just going to account for me sleeping, and I'll get back to you the moment we're done with that. Okay, we're finally back, and we have sorted out our issue with our broken ribs. Now we can actually pick everything up. I dropped certain items, and if I'm not mistaken, we can equip our rucksack back again. If I can find it. Yeah. It should be over here. Where that? Remind me to repair that, chat, because it looks like we're going to be needing that. Okay, back to Tula. We're going to go figure out what the quest line's gonna be, and also replenish some of our stock of fuel and water. Seems like we burnt through a lot. Trying to sort that out. Gavrilov is dead, so I'm very interested to find out who we're gonna speak to for the next portion of the story. So let's go find the person we need to speak to. Alright, we're speaking to Zaitsev now. The former director of the Institute of Virology dozed in the same armchair as last time. I woke him up and sat down on the chair next to him. Zaitsev looked at me groggily. Then I held out the she-wolf's fang to him. What's this? That was our agreement. I held up my hand. The she-wolf is dead. Now it's your turn. Zaitsev turned the fang in his hand and looked at me. He seemed a little uneasy. Where's Pavel? He says. The wolves got Gavrilov. I'm listening. All right, as you wish. Remind me, what did you want to know? Tell me about Nestorov and other scientists who work with him. All the rest of it. The director nodded, moved his glasses, and began wiping them methodically with a rag. He cleaned them for several long minutes. Go ahead, don't be shy, I say. What do you want me to say? Georgy Nestorov was nationally renowned scientist, the pride of our institute. We worked successfully with him, Kulik and Shashkov for many years. Karbyshev transferred to us from Leningrad. Beletsky, the youngest in the team, joined later at the end of '83. What were they working on? I could explain, but you still won't understand. I'll try to make me understand. Molecular genetics. They were studying the proteins and genes of most widespread viruses. An utterly harmless endeavor, as long as you don't cross the line, of course. Nestorov crossed it. He began experimenting with mutations. He got Kulik and Karbyshev involved in it. They hid their work from the others. He had a suspicion that they were spending their evenings in the lab just to drink tea. But I chose not to stick my nose in. But then I had to. Beletsky found Nestorov's hidden cache. He dragged it out and brought me Nestorov's notebook and a voice recording. At first I couldn't even believe it, but it was his handwriting and his voice. Nestorov and his pals were developing a new plague. No, not a plague. This virus, R17, was far more dangerous than Yersinia pestis. And what's more, it was custom made to order for the CIA. Nestorov had created a new biological weapon for our enemy. So what did you do? I didn't have a choice. We reported them to the authorities. All three of them, Beletsky and Shashkov, signed the statement too. The case moved quickly, Nesterov, Kulik, and Karbyshev were arrested. Then we were visited by men from KGB. They questioned us and searched the whole institute. They took everything they could out of Nesterov's lab, even the sign on the door. They destroyed all of the biomaterial. The hearing was held behind closed doors, but I was allowed to stay as a witness. It happened quickly. The evidence was overwhelming, and Karbyshev made a full confession. Article 64, betrayal of the motherland. They were taken straight from the courtroom to face the firing squad. But the virus was still used? Alas, yes, it seems that Nesterov had already managed to hand over contaminated culture to CIA, and on August 17th, 1984, enemy agents dispersed R-17 into air in various cities using special spray cans. That was the R. Yes, that's how pandemic started, wiping out most of population of USSR. Now are you satisfied? No, there's something else. How did that not happen? The director looks at me in confusion, then nods again and starts cleaning his glasses. I'm waiting. All right. But it's all very straightforward. Clearly, the American intelligence agencies overestimated the effectiveness of their little killer R-17, or perhaps they underestimated it, or perhaps they would have left the people of the great nation of Soviets near extinction out of their wits and weakened by disease. And they would kill off any survivors themselves? Correct, and after spilling a little blood, they would have access to endless rich lands of our motherland. But R-17 betrayed them. The epidemic spread too slowly, its incubation period was too long, and too many people were immune. Already by October, tens and hundreds of thousands of people were thronging towards the USSR's borders to flee the dying country, just like what I did. Of course, and almost every one of them was infected. Our neighbors closed their borders, they introduced martial law, assembled their troops, and shot refugees dead in their thousands. But there were too many of them. There were. For every person they killed, two more arrived, and the border is vast, so people will, with enough cunning or desperation, would find a way through. And when the first outbreaks of epidemic happened in China, Mongolia, Turkey, Poland, and Finland, it was decided that extreme measures must be taken. A secret sessions of the nuclear club was held at the end of October, and the motion to cleanse the infected territory was passed. They used all the firepower they had. Even villages were subject to disinfection by bomb. But they miscalculated again. The USSR fought back. Yes, we launched our entire arsenal immediately on all targets. Even though it was doomed, the country didn't want to die. The wave of infected refugees capitalized on the chaos and overwhelmed the Allies' armies, and that's how R-17 successfully spread to the rest of the world. There was nothing anyone could do? No, but it was very nation for itself at that point. The USA started bombing Europe, India, attacked China. Deep-rooted conflicts flared up. It was as if the whole world had gone mad. The only place spared was Antarctica, but as always, mankind managed to make things even worse. Does that mean that there's nothing left on the other continents either? Is the whole world a wasteland? To be honest, I don't know. Excuse me, young man, but we've talked so long, it's time for me to take my pills. Well, thank you for talking to me. There you have it, guys. That was an interesting story arc. Before we go any further, let's get our equipment all in order. I do need to repair that rucksack, right? So, really quick, let's see what I'm lacking to repair, actually. I need threads. Let's just buy threads off the market. I feel like that would be the quickest way. We have some money to spare. But alas, there is no threads, so we'll have to go find our own. We'll figure that out. Take twine and stuff, right? If you check over here and scroll down, you can make rope out of these nettles that you can find in forest, swamps, and on shores. So we'll be doing that. To repair our other equipment, I feel like everything else is done. Can I repair it using the crafting menu? Or the specialist, rather? No, he doesn't. He doesn't repair it, unfortunately. Oh, that's a pity. It would be nice if I was able to get a repair for my backpack. Now, reputation will have to be increased using the quest section. Problem is, as you can see, you need to be level 40 to be doing quests over here. So we do have our work cut out for us, and we're under-leveled severely, just like Comtech has mentioned. Again, hello Comtech. So before we decide to do anything, let's just read through the quest notes. I had competing versions in my head of how it all could have happened, but the director's account set everything in its place. The final gaps had been filled. Would the truth lead to some kind of epiphany for me personally? Unlikely. Was I going to hate the people who had destroyed all of civilization with their own hands and want to exact my revenge? No. I was too weary for powerful emotions like that. The only thing I felt was quiet sorrow. Only one question remained. How was I going to tell Svetlana that the person responsible for it all was her father? There's nothing holding me in Kiev anymore. Time to go back to Tver and face Svetlana. So Tver is quite a distance off, 814 kilometers, which means we need a stockpile on water, we need food, and we need gas. Other than that, I think it should be okay. Let's go find some twine really quick. Forest, right? There's one down the road. We can get water here, boil it, forest over here, and fuel. So we can stock up on fuel right now. We have 84. I don't remember why I was carrying scrap, but I'm going to assume I carried scrap to repair my bicycle. I'm going to double check to see what the bicycle needs to be repaired with. It does not require scrap, actually. It requires glue. So I'm going to drop the scrap because it's pretty heavy, or actually sell it if possible. The trader, does he actually, do I, oops, wrong button, buyer. Does he take scrap? I'm hoping he does, but it looks like he doesn't. Is there anything else I could sell? Probably the leather. I do have rope on me, so we don't need to find nettle. Okay, so we're pretty much sorted out. No, we're good on things like that, but since we're here already and we know we need that glue. Oh, this guy doesn't have glue either, but he does have tape. So let's just get 11 of those. And I believe that should actually allow us to repair our vehicle now. Yes. Let's drop the scrap. The rawhide is 10 kilos. I still haven't figured out what I needed it for, so I'm going to drop 9 of them just to lighten the load a little. We got 24 water. I think that's decent. In terms of food, we don't have much, but we'll hunt on the way, so that's not a big deal. Fuel, on the other hand, is something I'm going to purchase. Let's get 20 going. Yes, I think that's perfect. Let's buy everything. That's a lot of fuel. We're almost maxed out, and now we can actually travel. Passing by Kiev, we're gonna get irradiated like crazy, so let's see if we can get out of here as quick as possible. Now, I'm gonna fast forward our travels, only stopping for probably a bandit attack or any other possible, well, I guess, I don't know what to call it, any possible activity, I guess, that could happen while we're traveling. So I'll catch you guys when I reach the destination. So we have arrived at Chernygov, and I just searched this trash pile. I just want to know what we get from it, because it was a blue trash pile. And it looks like we got bricks, and I believe bricks are used for building cabins, I think, or something like that. So we'll see what the human skeleton has. Nothing of value for us, but I am going to need some of that wood later on. I'm not going to pick it up. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to pick it up though. Chernygov. I don't know about Chernygov, to be very fair with you. Nothing of interest, but that little pile of bricks, it's good to know. It's good to know that you can do that. Alright, we'll continue on our travels. I'm just gonna show you what is possible. Oops, well, I'm having some issues here trying to scroll out. Give me a second. Because having it emulated on Nox, you know how it is with the scrolling. It's smoother at least. I'm gonna stay away from heavily irradiated areas. We're sticking to the roads because of the faster travel time. And I believe we can travel down south here if we want. So we're gonna do that. Stay away from the city of Gomel, as that's probably going to be irradiated as well, way more than the radioactive wasteland we just passed. All these other cities though, I kind of want to see what Novozubkov has. So let's go ahead and zoom in really quick and figure out if there's anything good in here. What is that? What is that? There's a restaurant here. I think that's a police station. We're gonna search just because we got the honey at 100% chance, so we might as well take that. We also found all of them are useful items. I'm gonna take everything. We're gonna search this body really quick to see if he has. Yes, he does. The dry jerky. We don't need the cotton anymore, so we can forget about that. And at the police station, there's the armory. Let's try breaking in just to see what we can get. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette here to get the energy back. And let's figure out what we can find. Now, there was a broken Makarov, but having a broken mask, I think it gives you a filter. We didn't get it though. That's not a big deal. The ammunition is gonna come in handy anyways. Let's go ahead and disassemble these for the screws. That was the armory though. What about the headquarters? Just another body. Don't really bother. The garage. Yeah, that's... Who knows? We might find a vehicle, right? Well, there's a bunch of broken vehicles here that we could technically... What are we looking at in terms of vehicles? The closest one... Wow, I don't actually see it. Oh, there you go. We can craft one of these if we find a motorcycle. But in terms of vehicles, I'm maybe checking the wrong things. I don't see it. So, is it even worth searching? Probably just for the fuel. I don't have enough energy. Okay, it's fair enough. Can we rest here? We cannot. So we're just gonna smoke. The reason why I say we can't is because we are getting irradiated anyways. So I'm already having nicotine addiction. Whoops. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and search. Our radioactivity has increased to a point where it is pretty dangerous to be in here. So before anything happens, let's just change the filter really quick and wear that mask and deal with our radioactivity. We have a good item for it. I believe it was not the vodka, so to speak. There was something else. Yes, the homemade wine. I mean. Let's just use this. We might as well. That solves our radioactivity issue. We can drain the fuel because that will come in handy. I kind of want to smelt it. I don't know where the fire came from. Oh yeah, we do have a cooking stove, don't we? We pick up the lead for bullets. I don't want to bother with anything. I'll drain this one as well. Okay, let's get out of here. We've spent too much time here. And hopefully we can just get on our way. When I was going through the thing, something scratched my palm. I shone a light into the bag and pulled out a wolf fang. Why am I carrying this crap with me? The fang was yellowed and smelled of mole, but it was still sharp. Wasn't... Oh, okay. I got confused there for a moment. I stand in the doorway to our apartment with a suitcase in my hand and a heavy backpack on my back. Galia holds out an old Wolfang talisman. I shake my head. It's better if you keep it, you know. I don't believe in those things, Galia sighs sadly. Are you going to say goodbye to Sasha? She's still asleep. There's no point waking her. We talked over and everything yesterday anyways. Are you coming back? I don't reply. I don't need to. She understands. You know, it'll be better this way, I say, looking at the floor. Probably, Galia replies. I raise my head and see a tiny teardrop. I'd better go. I choke out, turning to the door. Can I kiss you goodbye? Yeah, you can. That was our last kiss. I go out into the hallway and shut the door behind me. I look at the plaque on the door, the apartment number framed in metal daisies. I won't see it again. I go down the stairs and out into Bakinski Street and the fresh April sunshine. I feel it like an electric shock. Gorky 10, Bakinski Street, apartment 3. I've got it. The address of our old apartment. My heart is racing. Now I know where to begin my search. Well, I don't know where that's at. Bakinski Street. I'm still gonna follow the main quest line. Maybe in season 2 we'll follow through with those story arcs. Still, a long way to travel. We will speed through all of this as fast as we can. So I'll catch you when we arrive. Just as we were traveling, we found a looter who thought he could get away with our stuff, so we're gonna show him what we can do. Now, I'm just gonna mess about with what we have, which is the pistol and our crossbow. Since we're right next to a mine, I don't really like that. I'm gonna shoot him twice and move back towards this hill. That gives us an opportunity to actually have range on him. Now, he does have a crossbow as well, so I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to finish him off. I believe if we run over here, he won't be able to hit us anyway, so he'll bleed out. And that's the end of him. So, we did get some arrows back, and some twine that comes in handy. Radioactivity pills, or I forgot what it's called. But, yeah, short thing, short little fight. Let's continue our travels. Ooh, there's a town down here. We've been here before. We can check out the trader to see if he has breads. I don't know how irradiated Bryansk is. Isn't this the place that we're supposed to be at? Bryansk? Let me just double check. Oh, Bakinski. That's in Gorky. Okay. Never mind. There's some... Oh, well, that's an understatement of the century. There's too much radiation here. Did I just drop it? I did. You gotta be careful. Sometimes you don't wear stuff, you just drop it. Judging from the outside of the building, mutant insects... Oh lord, not this. I might be walking into a mission there by accident. We'll scroll down, I couldn't see. Alright, trader, what do you have for me? He does not have what we need, but I would take his axe, gladly. We're running out of money, to be honest. Let's see if we have a delivery mission or something. Tver. Okay, we need to go back to Tver for this. I think we are heading to... Where are we heading to? Kiev. Oh no, we are going to Tver, so yeah, that's a perfect mission for us. Let's go ahead and grab that. Why is it not available? Because I need level 35, so I'm under leveled. I need to go back to Tver and figure that out. Anyways, I think we're good on water and fuel, so we can just continue. I kind of want to make this my safe house since it's already a built cabin. I'm gonna zoom out and fast forward the travel for you guys. I'll catch you guys when I reach there. So we've arrived at where now? Oh, Svetlana's not gonna like this. Alright, let's go search for her. When I knocked on Svetlana's door, it didn't open immediately. A young girl was sitting on the little couch in the office. When she saw me, she became embarrassed, thanked Svetlana for something, and ran out. Svetlana laughed and winked at me. Silly girl. So what's new? Hello again. No need to be so formal. After all, we're like old friends now, aren't we? Yes, right. The thing is, why was that girl so scared of me? Svetlana started laughing again. She was in a very good mood. Pay no attention, she's just out of sorts. It's her first. Her first what? You know, her first. You haven't worked it out? She's pregnant. So that's it. This isn't just a joy for her, it's a joyous occasion for all of us. We survived an epidemic and a nuclear war. Then we spent years fighting against starvation, but there's an enemy even worse than hunger, and that's hopelessness. And do you know what? Today, that enemy hasn't won. The first baby in God knows how long. It means we have a future. Yes, I agree. Alright, I can see that you've got something to tell me. Let's get to it. Did you learn something about something we discussed, maybe? Watching Svetlana's focused but happy face, I faltered, not knowing how to begin. I mumbled something unintelligible. My voice was suddenly hoarse. Svetlana handed me a glass of water. I swallowed it in one gulp and made up my mind. When I finished, I noticed that Svetlana was staring blankly at the wall behind me. I expected some kind of reaction, but not this. I moved my head, trying to draw her attention, but she didn't respond. A tense silence followed. Svetlana? Svetlana turned towards me. Her eyes were completely indifferent, but her hands were shaking. And why are you telling me all this? What do you mean why? You're the one who wanted to know the truth. Yes, the truth, but what you're telling me now is disgusting. It's a disgusting lie from start to finish. I don't know who's behind it, but I hope it isn't you. But I don't intend to listen to any more. Svetlana, listen. I remember that your mother wrote to you about your father's heart attack, but maybe she didn't want to leave. Please, I have work to do. Your father. Svetlana suddenly grabbed the front of my shirt and I jerked back. Enough. Don't say a word about my father. He was a wonderful person. He loved me, he loved my mother, he loved his country. He died of a heart attack. Got it? My mother wrote to me, a heart attack. You hear? A heart attack. Svetlana loosened her grip and began to sob. Bitter, wretched sob that made me ache deep in my chest. She was crying, and like an idiot, I just watched her, not knowing what to say. At one point, I even started silently berating myself that I hadn't come up with a convincing lie instead of killing Svetlana with the truth. Svetlana calmed down a little after a while. She wiped her nose with a handkerchief and sat on the couch. I made to sit down beside her, but she held her hand up, asking me not to. I nodded and went towards the door. Svetlana had to rethink a lot of things now, and I couldn't help her with any of it. Thank you for uncovering the truth. Sorry for yelling at you. You're not at fault here. What you said, it's my pain and my problem, mine alone. Thank you again and goodbye. Goodbye. Leave it quietly and close the door behind you. Oh my lord, that is a lot of gasoline. Okay, so we got some goodies here. And that's a lot of goodies. Wow. What else? Okay, it finally ended. This is the perfect time for me to end this episode. Again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. See you guys again soon. Bye.